modern day lifestyles are more demanding, busier, and more stressful than they ever have been before. Because of this, it is hard to make room for a fitness program, let alone even think about having a fitness program in our lives. So you get home from work, you have your drink, you start to make dinner, and then you think, self, I'm going to go to the gym tonight. And then by the time you're done with dinner, you're exhausted and you think, self, I'll just go tomorrow. And you keep repeating this pattern and you never end up going. 60% of Americans have little or no exercise every single year. 13.5 million Americans have heart disease, and 1.5 million of these people suffer a heart attack yearly. But if you exercise, you can reduce your risk and not become a statistic. So let's start with why we don't like to exercise today. Many of us hear the words workout, and we associate it with work because we already all do so much work and we don't want to do any more work than what we have to. But we need to start using the word exercise. We need to make this a lifestyle. The definition of exercise, according to bingdictionary.com, is any physical activity and movement to keep a person fit and healthy. Many people don't know enough about exercise because they simply just don't have enough education. But the more you learn and the more you research, the more you will want to exercise. Each year, millions of people are diagnosed with issues such as high blood pressure and colon cancer. Many American adults and children are overweight. And due to lack of exercise, this raises their chances of having strokes, higher cholesterol levels, and even can cause sleep apnea. But you might think that others who are thinner are physically fit. But this might not be the case. If they're not exercising, they're at the same risk, and they're just at risk for diabetes, joint pain, or back and leg problems, just as an overweight person is. But the biggest contributor to lack of exercise in our society is because we are a sedentary society. We just sit and we don't move anymore. Everything's at the click of a button, and we actually eat less now than we used to before, but because we don't move, people gain weight. And the first ones that have serious health problems when they're middle-aged are the ones who don't exercise. But this is all a little depressing, so let's go on to something more exciting about how to incorporate exercise into your daily life. So if you're just beginning, the very minimal that you'll want to have is 20 minutes of exercise. And you can even break this up into 5-minute intervals at a time if you don't have time to do the full 20 minutes. And make sure that you're doing something that you enjoy and that's fun and it keeps you from getting bored. So as you work your way up, you'll want to go up to 20 or 30 minutes at a time. And some of the things you can do are you can jump rope, you can go jogging, you can go hiking, you can play tennis, or you can play tag with your children. But you want to make sure that you always have strength, cardio, and stretches every single week to get the best benefits. Cardio helps with blood flow, it strengthens your muscle, and it helps to burn fat. If you use strength training and cardio combined, you'll have a higher metabolic resting rate. And it also will burn more calories. After the age of 40, according to the doctor's TV show, the average adult loses 8% of their muscle mass every single decade. But if you do strength training, you won't lose your muscle mass, and it will keep everything taut and tight. Now, stretching, it helps with your performance, and it decreases your risk of injury. So, now here's some ways you can kind of incorporate some exercises into your life. Say you're sitting here watching TV. You can sit there and lift some dumbbells for a little bit. Or you can jog in place. Or you can stand on one leg like this and make sure you keep your balance. It's going to strengthen your core and keep you from falling. Buy a pedometer. Aim for 10,000 steps a day. That means you are a very active person. Take 5 minutes at lunch to make sure that you can stretch and you're not being stiff. Or when you're going out to your car in the morning or anytime, do lunges instead of walking. This just goes to show that exercise is simple and fun, and it is easy to incorporate it into your daily life. Now, once you begin exercising, you will immediately realize that you have more energy. Probably the very next day, your body's going to be like, yes, I love it. I want to go exercise again. Some of the other short-term benefits that you're going to see are improved concentration and a more toned body after a couple weeks. A few long-term benefits are you're going to have a reduced risk of diabetes, any type of cancer, heart disease, premature death, and many other benefits to health that I haven't listed. And my favorite one that exercise does is it slows down aging. So goodbye Botox for at least a couple years, and hello exercise for the rest of my life. Another thing that exercise does is it improves your anxiety, it fights depression, and it helps reduce stress. Now stress, this raises your cortisol levels, and cortisol is what makes your body store fat. Now coming over here, this, on the outside of your abdominal muscles, is subcutaneous fat. This is that stubborn, jiggly belly fat that's extremely hard to get rid of, that we all hate, but this isn't the bad fat. The bad fat is around your internal organs underneath your cavity muscle, and that is called visceral fat. That has many toxins in it, and it releases the toxins into your organs. But if you exercise, it will get rid of this visceral fat much faster than the subcutaneous fat. So now let's recap everything that we've gone over today. Exercise has many benefits that will help you live longer, happier, and healthier lives. It has the effect on your overall appearance, which influences your self-worth, your self-esteem, and your confidence. Heart disease is America's #1 killer, and it accounts for more than 45% of all deaths every single year. And you know what? This is preventable through exercise. People that exercise regularly are less likely to have high blood pressure. Currently, 50 million people have high blood pressure. 8 million people every single year have adult-onset diabetes. 95,000 new cases of colon cancer are diagnosed yearly. And these are just a few numbers I wanted to share with you. And all of these are preventable, or at least the risk is lowered if you exercise. Just remember, 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week, at a moderate pace, and years will be added to your life. You will save your life and improve your health. And then let's focus in on these, and these are a few statistics that I thought you might be interested in reading. I'm just going to show everybody.